What the story you were just talking about there, Rudy, I've heard that so many times. I've heard some of the most beautiful music ever, and nothing, and no one's there when I'm hearing it. Some of my writing I've done has, some people will call remote viewing. It's like I see it already written. I watch the movie being played out in front of my eyes, so I understand fully what you're saying right there. But, we only have a couple minutes left because we have to go on to the next interview. But what I'd like you to do is, there's so many people that are suffering here in East Hastings, here in Vancouver. Some people have called this one of the worst ghettos in North America. As James Green said, I really don't like using that term. Even James Green didn't like using it either. But, that's basically what it is. So can you leave some inspirational words for people that are suffering through addiction right now? How can they face the inner demons within them and rise above it and realize that they are just as important as anyone else? And and there is a higher being out there who has destined all of us to do things in our lives.
Yes. Well, I remember when I was in prison, I read this Further Down the Road Less Traveled by Scott Peck. I don't know if you are familiar with him. He's an American psychiatrist. I believe for addicts such as myself and for people that are still suffering that, and Dr. Speck called it a sacred disease. And when I first read that, I said, well, what does he mean? What it means is that addicts and alcoholics always want to find, wanted to go back to Eden, wanted to find the kingdom of heaven, wanted to find that closeness with God. But what we did is we took the other door to find them. In other words, and that's all addiction is we were just trying to find God, but we use drugs and alcohol. And what I can say is that I believe that it gives us an opportunity. If I wasn't an addict or an alcoholic, I would not have went inside myself and really came to grips with my inner demons. So my addiction was really a blessing. I had no choice but to go inside myself and to face those demons. And even when my sexuality, I questioned my sexuality because of my abuse, and I didn't know who I was or what I was, and the loss and the feelings of abandonment and rejection and shame and of feeling different and of feeling marginalized. I was able to, to find those demons, but I had to reach out for help. God puts certain people in our path at the strangest times to usher us along. And I just want to say that there is a power inside of us that we were always scared of. Mandela talks about this. And that addicts and alcoholics, once we recover, it's like that scripture in the Bible, we're the salt of the earth, meaning we were able to go through those experiences of abuse, of trauma, of pain, of rejection, abandonment, and now, through God's grace, we're clean and sober, so that gives us more discerning eyes to be able to reach out and touch somebody that is still, in the throes of addiction and alcoholism. It's like now we have that spiritual antennae. Not everybody has it. Like when you have seen somebody that's been through a similar experience, there's like an unspoken language. You just know that you know that you know. But you can overcome. I never, ever believed that I would be in a position that I am, not meaning a position as CEO or founder of Streetlights, but to wake up in the morning and to know that I'm clean and sober. And sometimes I just go around and touch the furniture and just say thank you, because I still find it hard to believe that I really made it, on the other side of the river, and I'm here to tell the tale. and that you can do it, and that we all are miracles. And I'm a living one, and so are you.
Yeah, you're sharing an amazing story, but I have to cut it short real quick because I have to go on to the next interview. But at the same time, can you leave your website and any email you can be reached at? Because if anyone's listening right now that you are going through suffering addiction yourself, and you want to reach out and you want to get talk to Rudi via the email to possibly Rudi might be able to give you some suggestions on how to be able to finally start facing your inner demons. Could you leave that information, Rudi?
Yes, my website is www.streetlights.org, and it's spelled streetlytes.org. And my email is info at streetlights, streetlytes.org. And yeah, please call me. I'd be more than happy to talk. And I just want to say, Reginald, I really appreciate you giving me this interview.
Well, it was a very great, extreme honor to bring you on, and I'm going to bring you back on in the future because you're a member of the banished veterans. Apparently there's up to 3,000 U.S. veterans sitting in INS detention centers right now, waiting to get deported from the United States, with countless others like yourself and Hector and other members who've already been deported.
Hi, Hector.
Yeah, we're part of a gigantic brotherhood and sisterhood. Some vets may not look at it that way, but I am a veteran who looks at it that way. Rudi, you are my elder brother, and same with Hector. He is my brother, and no one could ever take that from us. And I just want to say that to people. And what I want to say is that thank you so much for coming on there, Rudi. I'm going to have on my website, I will have a link over to Rudi's website. So if anyone out there listening wants to go to my website in the next couple of days to reginaldangusargue.com, I'll have Rudi's link on there. I'll also have a link over to the banished veterans website. Thank you again for coming on, Rudi. That was Rudi Richardson. This COOP Radio 102.7 FM, CFRO, Money Brown Bagger. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll go on to our next guest. And again, thank you so much for coming on, Rudi.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Cheers from London.